Good morning. It's Sunday once more, so welcome to my YouTube channel and a Sunday thought. I've had a lot of thoughts over the last few days with everything that has been going on, especially in our neighbors to the south. And it crosses my mind that we often take our thoughts for granted. We don't really think about exactly what we're thinking about or contemplating about. But in a way, thoughts are prayers. Thoughts go out from you, yes, into the collective consciousness, but also they set up your vibration. You are like a radio signal. A radio, you might want to think of yourself as a radio station. And this is what you're broadcasting. Now, the interesting thing with us is that as a vibration that puts your thoughts out, the universe out there is taking and telling all these and wanting to create for you what it is that you are putting out. So you often, I know, I'm sorry, I'm stopping and starting here, and I don't mean to do that. What I often have to do is sort of sit down and think, what am I actually thinking? What am I projecting? What are my prayers for myself and my life? So it's like I ask myself, am I thinking in relation to what I want for my life? What I want for my family? What I want for my community? What I want for the planet? Or am I thinking, which is often concentrating, on what I don't want for myself, my family, my community, and for the world? Very often we get caught in what we don't want. But the reality, everything starts with the thought. We can't create something until we have a vision of it, and a vision is like a thought. We think about it, we contemplate it. So, very artistic people will all of a sudden they'll get an inspiration. Yeah, but it's often it could be a visual form, but it is a thought that's going out. If you were looking at visualization, which obviously my conversation's moving to, that is another method of thinking. That is another method of putting out. But often in a visualization, we'll have an emotional component. I know I'm often saying to my clients, thoughts come and then the emotions follow the thoughts. The thoughts will bring the emotion up within us because we're not always aware of that connection. And the key really is to have a balance between the mental aspect, which is your thinking processes, and your emotional process so that they work together, because then you have greater creativity. And sometimes we don't do that. I know I don't always do it. And therefore, I'm just like everybody else. And so it's a matter, I think, right now, especially as we're at the 10th of January today, 21, goodness me. What are we actually projecting for ourselves? What are we projecting out in relation to your life, my friends' lives? Am I thinking doom and disaster? Because I do know the collective consciousness is full of fear. But we want our vibration to be a way of what we want. And if more people come together and think of the way that we really want it, it usually is delivered. But there has to be a unity. There has to be a coming together. There has to be a vision of what it is that you want. It is a sense of where and why and how everything is going. I'm just going to interrupt for a moment to say hello to Marjorie. So she's just made a comment, and I've been debating how do I do that, because I can't type and think at the same time. So, well, I do when I'm just doing, but I'm speaking, and that's harder. And so I do get your comments when you put them up for on Facebook, because this gets streamlined into two places: YouTube and my Facebook, Norma Cowie, psychic life consultant, at the same time. So thoughts, let's get back to thoughts. What am I thinking? What am I doing? How am I doing it? Is it working for what I'm really wanting to create? Am I creating what I want? I quite often will have clients, and they're very, they're sad and they're unhappy. And then we get thinking about how they're thinking. Are they worrying? Anxiety usually comes because we can't see a way out of where we're at. Anxiety comes in lots of different ways, but often it's because we haven't got a handle on our mental element of thinking. So I really want to have you ask yourselves this week, am I thinking what I want in my life? Please spend a little time in your day to look at your goals. I think last week I may have talked about we need 3 goals. I know on the Wednesday Norma talks I did talk about that. It's like, take a look, project what it is that you want, but then ask yourself, or am I thinking and concentrating on what I don't want? And you'll find that very often you'll be thinking and concentrating on what you don't want. And if you take the concept and what you put out is going to be brought back to you, you will see you really need to think about what you want. So if you spend even 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes thinking about what specifically you want, that's your prayer. That's your prayer every day, because, and if you can get some energy behind it, and excitement energy, enthusiastic energy, it helps reinforce you. It helps reinforce you. I think I'll leave that today for our Sunday thought. What are you thinking? Are you supporting it? Are you allowing that to grow? Or are you thinking about what you really don't want, the fear thoughts, etc.? I thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing. It's much appreciated from my heart. Blessings.